That's pinky promise. That's what you're going to start doing. All right. Now, the next thing is, what sales should I watch? All right. And so this is my big tip is there is no mysticism in sales. There's a lot of like, it's kind of like baseball. They're like, these are my lucky socks. Or like, I always touch the phone here and here because I close when I do that thing, right? There's a lot of superstition that starts to happen in sales because there's such fast feedback loops. So people learn because they change their behavior because it worked before, and so they try and do it again. But they end up adding all these rituals to their sales processes that end up long-term actually eroding their ability to sell. All right, so they start adding all these appendages to their sales process and actually gets really cluttered and it starts sucking. All right, now, the biggest hack that I can give you as an individual salesperson is that there are times when you're hot, all right, where you're like, dude, I feel like I could close everyone today, right? You know it, you're on fire. When you're hot, record the living hell out of that and rewatch those game tapes because you aren't on fire, you're doing things slightly differently. It means that your tone's a little different, how you open's a little bit different, how you transition to the close is a little bit different. And all you want to do is you want to look for the details. Because the big difference between good closers and great closers is that good closers try and get hot, great closers never get cold. And it's because they've systematized every single thing on their monster checklist that creates the hotness of their closing. And so if you ever do get hot, know that you now have the potential to close at that closing rate and then say, cool, I'm going to analyze the living hell out of what it looks like when I'm hot, how I say it, where I pause, where my tone shifts, where I ask my questions, how, like when I transition to the sale, how I frame my overcomes, how I'm punching back and pushing back earlier in the sale to overcome objections earlier before I ask for money. That is probably one of the biggest RI tactics I can give you either as a sales manager for your teams or you as a sales professional.